Hey YouTube, Sandy Miller, aka the Dragon Duelist here. Just thought I'd do a deck profile on my Yang Zing build. So yeah, that should prove very good. Also, I would like to show off my new Yang Zing mat, which obviously goes well with the deck profile. So yay, all to the good. But yeah, we'll get to the deck profile. So hope you guys enjoy, and let's get started, shall we? All right. Tribute lineup. We have two Shadow of the Yang Zing. I know most only run one or don't run it at all, but I like two for the build. So yeah, sorry for the glare. I can't really do anything about it because of the camera right now. So I'm still getting used to it. So yeah. Anyway, also run two QuickDraw Synchrons. Now I know some people are probably wondering why I run two QuickDraw Synchrons is because I kind of run a Yang Zing QuickDraw variant. And honestly, it does work. I mean, like, I've gotten into a lot of combos with them, so it definitely works. But yeah. Anyway, on to the spells. We have two Forbidden Chalice, which actually does work for not just your field, but also for your opponents when they activate an effect or something. So it does come in handy sometimes. One Mind Control. Two Yang Zing Paths. Now I know most run three in the deck, but I only run two because, well, at the time when I was first building the Yang Zings, I could only get two because this was a hard card to get at that point. So honestly, two is enough for the build. Well, for my build anyway. But anyway, I run one Pot of Dichotomy. Now the reason I run this is because, well, I can reuse my extra deck and, you know, also draw two cards, because you can also send monsters from your extra deck to the extra deck and all that, as well as monsters from the deck as well. But they have to be three different types of monsters, and you don't get, granted you don't get to battle this turn, but depending on what the situation is, if you can't attack anyway, it at least helps you refresh your field or hand to some extent. So yeah, mostly just the hand, but you get the idea. Anyway, I run two Mystical Space Typhoons, obvious staple these days. One Soul Charge, two Dark Holes. So yeah, since Dark Holes at two, either or three, I don't know. And one for one. So yeah. Okay, on to the level 4 and below lineup. We have three Fire of the Yang Zing. Now I'm gonna call them as their other element and stuff because I don't know some of them I don't know their names, so please bear with me on this. I run two Earth of the Yang Zings because, well, two seems to work for my build, so yeah. We have two Junk Synchrons, really good for the deck. And we have two Quillbolt Hedgehogs. Now, people are probably wondering why I run Quillbolt. Honestly, I like it because, like, since I run QuickDraw Synchron, I could probably go into this. I could go into, maybe I'll also bring out a level 8 go for a level 7 or level 8, depending on what goes on. But honestly, you could also even go to level 8 Synchro Monster as well with this, depending on what tuners you have on the field. But it actually is pretty good. I've found a lot of situations where it's come in handy. Also run one Level Eater. Honestly, I quite like it for the build because, like, level manipulation and the way it runs for the deck does actually work for getting, like, some of my big hitters and stuff. So I do quite like it for that. We have two of the Dark Yang Zing, which is actually really good. I mean, I know some people run three, but two for my build seems to work really well. And now we also run 3 of the water Yang Zing, which is really good because, well, trap every format these days. So yeah. We also run 2 of the wind Yang Zing. Now I know some people only run 1 or don't run it, but I like it because it makes your synchros immune to spells, which means they try to play Dark Hole, doesn't do anything. Try to do Raigeki, doesn't do squat. Honestly, I quite like it because I mean, like, making your guys immune to Raigeki and Dark Hole these days is actually quite useful. Anyway, I run 2 Chi-Wins. Now, I know some prefer to run 3. I like 2 because, well, I feel I've got enough tuners anyway because I've gone like 6 or 8 in the deck, so I quite like it too because it's still a good tuner, but I like 2 of each of the Yang Zing tuners. Tend to work better. Well, for this build anyway. I also run 2 effect veilers, mostly for like effect negation. I mean, I could probably use it as a tuner to tune for a synchro monster, but mostly I use it for like negating effects and stuff, since that's what most people do these days. Okie dokie, on to the traps. We have 1 compulsory evacuation device. We also run 2 Call the Haunteds. 1 Jar of Avarice. I quite like it because it doesn't just target monsters, but it also targets spell and traps as well. Also lets you draw a card as well, so it's good for kind of refreshing your Yang Zing paths or stuff like that. Pretty good for that. I run also 2 Trap Stun, mostly for like if they try to go into Mirror Force or something like that, then I can easily chain Trap Stun, or like if I need to use like Junk Synchron's effect, play that. I can negate I can negate Skill Drain for that turn if I need to use Junk Synchron's effect and stuff, so comes in handy for that. And of course the trap I was talking about, 1 Skill Drain. Now people may be wondering why, or some people already know. For Yang Zings, they get off their effects in the graveyard, so this isn't really going to do much. Plus, if you synchro with Backsin, well, which is the water Yang Zing, I'm used to that one, but some of them I'm not used to. You use the water Yang Zing to synchro, bring out your synchro. This will not affect them, so it's pretty good for that. I also run 2 wiretaps, quite a handy trap this format. 1 Mirror Force. You also run 2 Yang Zing Creations. Now I know most people will run a playset in the deck, but honestly I find 2 is enough because it does work well at 2. Even despite the fact most run 3, but still. I run also 1 Torrential Tribute, so yeah. Okay, on to the extra deck. I run 1 Baxia. Now, I know most run 2, but for this build, I found 1 seems to work enough for now. I might up it to 2 if I feel necessary, but right now, 1 seems to be working enough. I also run 1 Black Rose, mostly for just in case scenarios or turn the tide. I run 1 Red Wyvern, quite a useful card with a useful effect I find, so it tends to work well. I run 1 Turbo Warrior, mostly for if I'm going up against synchro decks, like they go for a level 5 or higher synchro, then I bring out this, half their attack, boom, done, sorted. I run 1 Intimate Paladin. Now, people are wondering why I run it. Granted, I don't run pendulums, but it also has kind of like a Flame Wingman effect, which basically means if it destroys a monster, they take that monster's attack points as damage. Now I could probably synchro into him, make him immune to traps, and give him 500 extra attack, which basically means this guy's a 3000 attacker. So it's good for the Flame Wingman effect, I think, personally. One Crystal Wing, no, sorry, not Crystal Wing, Clear Wing Synchro Dragon. I might be taking him out. I might maybe add like a junk, junk berserker, or I might run a Nitro Warrior. So I'm thinking of maybe taking him out, but we'll see on how it goes. One Stardust Dragon. Sorry for the glare. I can't really do much. One Evil of the Yang Zing, which is quite useful. One Junk Destroyer actually has helped me out in a lot of situations, so I would definitely say he's a good one. One Trishula, I'm really glad he's back. One Thought Roll Archfiend, still a useful card. One Goyle Guardian. One Scrap Dragon. And I run the main beater of the Yang Zings, the Phantom of the Yang Zing, so he's pretty good. I definitely like him for his main effects and all that. And one of my synchro monsters, Hot Red Dragon Archfiend, pretty good for clearing the field and all that. So yeah, that is the deck profile. A while back, I ran this deck and I managed to get second place in one of the tournaments going down in my area. Then I went to the tournament last week on Sunday and I managed to get 4th place. So I would say pretty much it's a fun deck. It works pretty well and it's, well, fun to run. I mean, it's not a competitive deck, but I don't play competitively anymore because, well, I find tournaments these days are way too aggressive and they're just not fun anymore. Well, so I've seen so far. But yeah, I'll try and get maybe some more deck reviews, and I hope you've been enjoying the videos that I've been posting from like the PlayStation 4 videos of me playing a few games and stuff. I might do more of them as well, depending on how it goes. But look forward to more of them, and I'll try and get deck reviews done when I can, but I've really been busy and had a lot going on, family-wise and, well, house-wise, so yeah. Well, anyway, I better go, so later guys, this is Sandy Miller, aka the Dragon Duelist, signing off. Laters!